In last week's episode of my solo road trip across New Zealand, I summited Mount Fife, which is arguably the best day hike in New Zealand. In this week's episode, I make my way from the Pacific Ocean all the way to the Tasman Sea, crossing from the east to the west side of New Zealand via Aras Pass. Along the way, I stop at all sorts of geological marvels, including Castle Hill, Devil's Punch Bowl Falls, a variety of others, and I also sporadically decide to go spelunking. I hope you enjoy. If you're new here, my name is Eowyn, and a week ago I decided to quit my full-time job and travel the world. I figured a good way to start this journey would be to re-explore my home country, New Zealand. The day began with a hazy drive south from Kaikoura down towards Christchurch. There are so many places to stop and enjoy the view. However, I soon found out that grand adventures aren't all you hope they're going to be.
As much as people want to make out that van life is fun and funky fresh and you climb mountains and you fly drones and take cool shots, which is totally true, there's also just days where it's sunny and nice weather and you're tired and you just drive and spend money on petrol and at Pack and Save or New World, because there's no Pack and Save because New World's more expensive. So now we're driving and then we're fueling up and then we're going to Pack and Save. Or Countdown, maybe. I want cookies.
In these few days of travel, I really had to learn how to go with the flow. I was originally intending to go straight through Aras Pass, but the weather was looking a bit interchangeable, so I decided to stop in Oxford to rest for the night, and then tackle Aras Pass the next day. Rightio. So, this morning I am going through Aras Pass. I don't know where exactly I'm going to stop, but might do the M1 trig, definitely going to Castle Hill and the Cave Creek Reserve where I can go spelunking at any rate. Spelunking. And maybe Helicopter Hill as well, maybe Devil's Punch Bowl, but it is meant to rain this afternoon and it's meant to rain a lot tomorrow, so who knows what I'm going to do. It's all weather dependent. Yep, that's all. I don't know if you can see the mountains in the background, but by gosh, they are gorgeous, and they're probably going to be very, very cold, which I don't like so much, but we'll live with that. With the weather seeming to hold out for a little bit longer, I rushed through Aras Pass as the wind started to pick up, to my first stop of the day, Castle Hill. Castle Hill is essentially an array of limestone boulders, which are extremely popular with rock climbers who you'll find bouldering everywhere. I take care of my equipment, yes I do. So fun fact is that I haven't actually been to Castle Hill before, and honestly, like, I was really like, ooh, this is so cool when I got here, and now I'm kind of like, meh, it's just a bunch of rocks. Like, yeah, they're cool rocks, but it's just rocks. I mean, I do like rocks, but it's just rocks. That's about it. It was pretty popular for the tourists, so I decided to head down to a less popular location, Cave Stream Scenic Reserve. This is a place I have been to before, and part of me has always wanted to go in the cave, which a lot of people tend to just walk down to. Now, I wasn't planning on going caving, however, I think the universe had other plans, and I ran into a family who were about to go. So for 45 minutes, we wandered through freezing cold water and clambered over rocks in order to say that we'd been through a cave. There was no way I was going to pass up the opportunity to say I'd been sporadically splunking. At times it was challenging and some of us got a bit wet. However, I was having the time of my life and knew that it would be type 2 fun, which is where it's not fun at the time, but you look back on it and it was definitely fun. After I had gotten out of the cave, the bad weather had definitely started to roll in, so I decided to go on one last adventure, heading up Helicopter Hill in the Craggy Burns. About a 2 to 3 hour return walk, this weird little plateau offers 360-degree views round Aras Pass. I had been up here previously and I was very nostalgic returning there.
It's starting to rain. So I'm on Helicopter Hill, and why is there blue sky over there and then it's raining there? Why does it do that? What is that over there? And then you just turn around a bit, all gloomy.
As I was up there, it finally started to rain, and luckily I made it back to the van just in time to not get drenched. So the story of the day is that I have no idea what's happening because I'm weather dependent today, and it was raining and now it's sunny and I don't know what's happening. The weather forecast says it's bad, but it also says it's good, so I'm gonna just drive through to Aras Pass. Depending on the weather, I can do Devil's Punch Bowl or maybe Avalanche Peak, but I didn't think about the fact that there could be snow on Avalanche Peak because it's higher than Mount Fife and it's also in Aras Pass, which means there's probably more snow. So kind of playing things by ear this morning, but gonna get changed, then drive off down the road, and it should be pretty at the very least. So when travelling in New Zealand, you really have to learn to go with the flow, and I think that's a great thing to apply to all aspects of life.
Yeah, the weather's not looking the greatest. I don't know though, you can never tell in this country, can we? Wait, let's see if we can fix this. You're just at the wrong height and not be able to see the mountains. There we are. Now I look horrible, but at least the mountains are there. Alright, let's put the windows up for a sec. See? Mountains. 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 La 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 la. Okay, that's enough. It's cold. Not really. I'm wearing shorts, which is stupid, but as you can tell, the weather is looking great right now, and I am definitely not going for a walk. So I left the van to go to the bathroom, as you do, and I come back out and the Kia has chewed a hole in the top of my surfboard bag. Someone had fun with my surfboard bag, didn't you? Huh? No. Tourists always come here and like, oh my gosh, Kia, and then they don't realise how they are. They're like, yes, they are 4-year-olds and they have the intelligence of 4-year-olds, but they're like 4-year-olds throwing a temper tantrum permanently, trying to ruin all your stuff. At any rate, I'm going to go walk Devil's Punch Bowl Falls. There's no one else here, which I figured there wouldn't be. Hopefully it will clear a little bit, but we'll see. Not really sure at the moment. Yep. I'm on my way to Devil's Punch Bowl Falls. The weather's not good enough to do Avalanche Peak by a nautical mile, and it's not going to clear up in the next few days. So when I've done this, I'm going to head through to Greymouth and spend the rest of the day in the pool, alternating between the pool, the spa, and the sauna, and the shower, because I'm cold. I'm not cold, but like I haven't had a hot shower in nearly a week, so kind of vibing with that based on the current weather temperature. So yeah, that's the gist of it. Let's go walking!
Because the great thing about New Zealand is that when you can't do one thing, you can always do another. So even though I couldn't go hiking like I wanted, I knew that the waterfalls would be absolutely stunning.
Probably water all over the screen, and it's cold, so I'm gonna go back now. I was gonna walk up to the falls, but there's so much spray and it's just wet and I don't like it, so it's beautiful, but the weather, man. I'm not pulling my camera out right now, my Sony, because I'm getting thoroughly drenched where I am. I'm right by the base of the falls, and it is like the water is just ripping into me and I'm hiding, so let's take a look at it. 3, 2, 1. Why does it feel so wet here? It's a waterfall. I don't know. I'm thoroughly drenched. And now I have to try and get my gear dry because it's just raining for the next however many days. So cold and wet now, but like totally worth it somehow. Logic.
Every time I run into one of these curious little creatures, I'm reminded that one of my favourite things about New Zealand is actually the animals. In fact, I have to say, I think it's probably my favourite thing about New Zealand.
No, not the camera. Yes, you're a pretty birdie, aren't you? No, I said no. No. One of your buddies already chewed on my surfboard bag earlier.
These curious little birds have the intelligence of a 3.5-year-old and definitely throw temper tantrums like one. They may be cute, but they also like to destroy things. As the rain set in, I journeyed through to my old home, Greymouth, on the west coast.
You know you're back on the west coast, baby, when it's
Even though it isn't a popular tourist destination, Greymouth has a special spot in my heart, and my favourite place there is definitely Cobden Beach, which also happens to double as one of the best freedom camping spots out there. You can wake up by the beach with $1 million view for absolutely nothing. Plus, there's no sunset like a West Coast sunset.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say night, night, and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me who is when I'm alone and blue as can be.
And so that was the end of my journey. I'd crossed the length of the country, from the Pacific Ocean to the Tasman Sea. In next week's episode, I travel along the beautiful west coast, visiting some of New Zealand's most stunning lakes, waterfalls and glaciers, whilst dealing with appalling weather conditions and still trying to keep a smile on my face. See you next week. Toodles!